Merrymount became incorporated on November 14, 1874, and began as the Protestant home for orphans, aged, and friendless. However, 9 years later, our mandate changed and we became focused only on children. Today, we are a children's accredited mental health organization with a mission to support the overall well-being of children and their families. When I reflect on the long history of Merrymount, I am in awe of the resiliency and the adaptability of the organization, that they were effectively able to navigate through a century and a half of social, economic, political climates, and I think that speaks really highly of the leadership over the years. Having such a deep-rooted impact on so many people has earned Merrymount a reputation of being reliable, dependable, and showing an unwavering commitment to fostering and supporting the well-being of children and families.
I've had the benefit of spending time at Merrymount and touring the space and the facility and seeing the kids and all of the amazing staff and families that are here experience this really magical place. So if you walk around here and you see the artwork and you see the smiles on kids' faces, and I think even the sense of security that families have when they leave kids in the care of Merrymount, it really is quite extraordinary. The staff at Merrymount are amazing. They're so incredibly committed to the welfare of kids and to the experience of everybody who walks through the door, making Merrymount a really safe and engaging and inviting space.
So the trauma-informed approach is in everything that we do. We're aware that each person has had experiences. They may be adverse childhood experiences that are big experiences for people so young.
When I was 5 years old, I woke up for school and my mother had overdosed. And she was clinically dead. She was in a coma for 17 days. When I first came here, I was terrified. I didn't know what was going on. My mother had been taken by ambulance. I was brought to Merrymount through Children's Aid Society. It was really scary. It doesn't matter what's going on in the outside world. Once you're at Merrymount, you're safe here. I remember just feeling like a normal kid in a very abnormal situation.
I just know from my personal experience that it helped me get to where I am, and I know that so many other people it has helped get to, and they just branch out continuously and are always evolving. And I had my son at 17. I was in grade 12, and without the support of Merrymount, I wouldn't have been able to finish my grade 12 year. And I know that I wouldn't have been able to get to where I am, myself, nor my husband, nor my kids, without Merrymount's support in our early days, so I'm really grateful.
Merrymount is a really special place for me. It's been a focal point of my life for more than 20 years now. I first started my experience at Merrymount when I was volunteering the summer after my first year of high school, but Merrymount quickly became my dream job. It was the place that I kept coming back to. It was really special because there was a lot of children here who were struggling, families that were struggling. Everybody had a different story, everybody had a different reason for being here. And Merrymount was so accepting of that and so supportive. It's not just a building, it's really a home away from home. And it's a place to land when, things are rough.
We've had family crisis and trauma where Merrymount has been like the #1 on the forefront of supporting our family. I was a young parent with a little guy who was in kindergarten with lots of special needs and could find very limited support for the family for anything, especially at that time there was very few supports, especially for families with children with mental health conditions.
The Skyscrapers program is a program for children between the ages of 4 to 12. And through that program, we're looking at a strength-based approach, looking at building skills, looking at building resiliency, looking at the program in terms of not just moving forward, but moving through those big emotions. We're able to have key moments where we're able to discuss different things. Things come up in play, things come up in routines that we're doing with the children, and we're able to key into some of those emotions that they're feeling, and they are able to express how they feel. We're able to give them goals and ways to move through some of those different situations. When you think about what people are facing, it gives you a bigger picture, a bigger vision of what's important and how you want to be part of that change and part of the resiliency within humankind.
And it has been extraordinary to become familiar with the amazing work and impact that Merrymount has on children and families in our community. Really with a focus on the child mental wellness program, It's such an incredibly important and core program, and there's really never enough funding to do the work that we need to do.
I can't even begin to tell you where I think myself and our family would be without the support of Merrymount.
The only place I wanted to be was Merrymount, because that was my safe place when my mom wasn't there.
Clearly, Merrymount is very important and significant in the community, or else it wouldn't have been around for 150 years.
We need more funding. We need to be able to support more children, more families.
We're here on one night, and there are 364 other nights in terms of the work of Merrymount in the community, supporting children and families. You being here is all of the difference about really actually understanding what Merrymount does and how it will continue to support children and families going forward. I'm here to wish Merrymount a 150th birthday celebration.
Happy birthday and congratulations on 150 years of helping children and families. They allowed me to be who I was, and that was instrumental in becoming who I am today.
Happy 150th anniversary, Merrymount.
Happy 150th birthday, Merrymount.
Happy 150th, Merrymount.
So happy birthday, Merrymount. 150 years, it's an incredible achievement.
In all my journeys all over different places advocating for different children, I can honestly say, haven't ever found a place like it. I would love to wish Merrymount a happy 150-year anniversary. Keep up the great work and congratulations, everybody.
We are so grateful for all of you being with us here at the Gala. We're so grateful for you being with us here in the community to support our kids and families in really putting programming together that really makes a difference in the lives of all those that are involved.
Regardless of the programs and services people have accessed at Merrymount, the stories of impact still remain the same. As we celebrate 150 years, we're still very much focused on the future, and we would love you to be part of our story. Help us write the next chapter by purchasing an auction item or a 50/50 ticket or making a donation tonight. Your generosity will help us to support families when they need it the most. Together we can make a difference.
I think everybody should have a Merrymount.
Merrymount strong.